Well, it's good evening to you all. I've been sat indoors, sort of resting my weary bones because I had to drive up to Enniskillen to get this mower. But I'll tell you, it was well worth it. It's a fabulous little mower. It's very lightweight. So I've got it parked on here because I'm going to do the paths tomorrow. So you can see how it goes. A bit creaky. It's because it's new. It's just so simple. It's so simple. So as soon as I got back, before I'd even, taken my coat out of the car, I hauled out the box and I set about putting it all together on the driveway. It was quite easy to put together. It cost, I had to pay for it in sterling, and it was just a few pence short of £60, which is about €70. So I think this is a good investment. Anyway, let me see what time it is here. 9 o'clock, look, 9 o'clock. I'm going to show you. Come on, Jack. Jack needs a wee bit of a walk anyway. I'm just very enthusiastic. I'm not that enthusiastic because I'm a wee bit sore because I went at the whole thing. I just thought, I'll get this mower together and I'll get down that driveway and get that grass cut on the driveway and get it cut then down on the road. So here's the box. Look, I must move the box. So I'll show you. Now you see where Jack is down there. I mowed the middle bit of grass all the way down the drive. That was getting quite sort of unruly looking. And the reason why I'm always eager to keep the driveway and the road frontage neat is that I really want people to look at that and see how lovely it all is, with the trees. And I think just to keep it neat encourages people who would otherwise think this was just, an unruly mess, because people can be very narrow-viewed in that respect. So it's all about encouraging people to plant. So you'll see anyway when I get down to the road. Now the midges are out because of course it's 9 o'clock, and the midges are out in the evening, and of course the bats come out and they start feeding on them. Now, birds are still singing. Jack! Oh, he's good. He's just staying there at the drive. So, I've got a massive thank you to say to Robert Black. Now, Robert, I'm going to write to you, so, but I just thought I'd mention here that I received your lovely letter, and thank you so much. Just lovely listening to the birds. I'm so exhausted from running up and down this driveway, having just got back from Enniskillen with the new mower, because I was just so eager to test it out, that tiredness has now quietened me down. It's about the only thing that does quiet me down. So I visited Stephanie Hafferty's little website, and she put a short little blog up about visiting Bealtaine Cottage. So there's some pictures over there if you want to go and have a look at them. I did post a link to Stephanie's website underneath the video yesterday. I know someone said that they couldn't see the link, but the link is under the video. You've got to tap on that little pointy arrow on the right, just underneath the video. If you tap on that, there's a whole information thing that drops down. Now, I'll tell you, this is the very best grass cut that's ever been done along here. Look at this. And this is all with that little push mower. And you know, it didn't take that long to do either. I mean, look at this. It looks really professional, doesn't it? Isn't that amazing? Now, it has been very dry here in the west of Ireland. We've gone for about 5 or 6 weeks or something like that without proper rain. There's some rain promised for the weekend, which I will be delighted to see, because Mother Earth really does need the water, you know, really does need the rain. And of course all the plants as well. Now, isn't this amazing? So this is quite a long stretch of grass. Now I say grass because it's not lawn. Well, I suppose it is lawn. I suppose you would call it lawn, wouldn't you? So all this has been done with the hand mower. And see, when we get to the end, you can see how the grass was there. Got quite high. That's my neighbour's property. And there we go. So, a big success. As I thought it would be, because I did go onto various websites and read through all kinds of comments and ratings about different hand mowers. And now there was a better one that I could have bought, which was going to be about £90. But I thought, well, I usually get the middle priced one of anything. If in doubt, and if I have, you know, a wee bit of give financially, I will get the middle priced one of anything. See, look at the dryness here in the leaves. We need the rain, though I think there was a wee bit of wind damage there as well, because we did have a wee bit of frost at one point. Now, so I'll scoot back in before any cars come along, because I don't have Jack on his lead. He's just followed me out here, though he is quite good, but I don't trust other people. Come on, Jack. Good boy, come on, come on. So I have been down along here, and I've added a fair bit of compost to the herbaceous borders here on the driveway and along the road frontage. So when that rain starts to fall, there'll be lots of goodness washed down into the plant roots. That sounds like the blackbird. And the sedge is still, well, it's not flowering now. These have gone to seed heads. There's lots of seeds on these. Look at all the growth in the Sitka spruce. Isn't that beautiful? I've got to say, I'm really delighted and very happy with the way everything has grown so far this year. There's been a great amount of growth on the trees. There's been a great amount of growth on the shrubs. Little cuttings and things that I've put in. They've virtually all taken. Oh, was it Noreen Donovan? I think it was Noreen Donovan said, "Where's the oak tree that you brought back from England?" Well, there's one of them. See all the new leaves on it? It's very tiny, and it's in by the side of the driveway. But hey, it's doing well. Now there's another little one up here. It's always a matter of trying to find these little trees, because I just pop them in here and there. To look really hard just for the leaves of it. I'll chance upon it another time. It's starting to get dark now. I think I'll walk up this way. You can see last autumn when I was cutting back, I dumped a whole wheelbarrow load of cuttings in here. So this is a nice little spot now, which is going to be a prime spot for planting a tree. Sometime over the next few months. I'll see what I have in pots, because I don't have any trees in pots at the moment, but sometimes people bring me trees in pots, like there. Can you see that beautiful chestnut? So I'm hoping there's going to be some roses on this Rosa Canina. I mean, it's absolutely massive. And it really has just sort of come into its own this year. But it still might be a bit too shady here in the woodland for it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Hear that cuckoo? Has that cuckoo not found a mate yet? Or is that another one? Just hear it cuckooing. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say that when it gets towards midsummer, sometimes that racket's gone on the whole night. Jack? Jack? Oh, there you are, you happy boy, you. He's going to do a bit of a run around now. Do you know he's a funny boy, because he rarely goes for walks on his own, but he just loves for me or anyone else really to go walking through the woods, and then he's so joyful. Look at him. He stops then to look at the place where the sound of the cars coming from. So no, I'll go on up. I promised myself a cup of tea about an hour ago, and I sat down with the laptop just to put a few pictures out on Twitter and on Facebook. And I sort of, my derriere became glued to the seat. I couldn't move. I was that tired. Now look at the little woodland path that I've made with one bag of bark chippings. So I'm not even going to bother cutting this grass here. I mean, I've gone in with the little hand shears and cut around the trees a wee bit. You can see the new trees. But I'm just basically going to keep this wee path clear. I might get another bag of bark and put it down, because it all adds to the soil and it adds to the richness of the flora and fauna. So, yeah, just leading up to the steps. Very simple. No, nothing too finicky. Because all the time, you want to just keep everything as natural as possible. But with clear definitions, like, whether it's little pathways or little steps or whatever. And when I planted these little trees during the winter months, I think it was back in October or November, I didn't even think in terms of having a path up through them. I thought, I'll just plant them, just put them in, and then I'll make a path through them. So I was sort of looking at the various ways in which I walk down here, and this was the kind of natural choice. So, of course, that's a lovely natural path in there, and all the dogwoods growing above, and then a beautiful big chestnut tree up above. Now there's little bits of rain just coming down. See, just look back down there. I'm going to head up the steps now. And I'll get my bag of shopping from the car. I cheated a little bit and I bought some. I popped into Marks and Spencer's, which is an absolute treat. Oh, the food in Marks and Spencer's is just delicious. I mean, it's such a fantastic store for food. I don't think I've ever bought anything that was dodgy or, distasteful from Marks and Spencer's. So I went in and I treated myself to some nice salads and ripe and ready to eat peaches. I thought, I'll go on, why not? So I'm going to sit down once I've made my tea. I'll load up this video, which will probably take a while. It could be midnight before you see this. And that's where myself and Stephanie were sat yesterday. And then I shall have something to eat and see if I can't find an interesting little documentary or a little film or something on YouTube. And I'll try not to stay up too long, because I'm still reading that book, The Lighthouse, which is fantastic. I don't want to rush that book, because I hate it. When you finish reading a book, you think, oh gosh, I was just enjoying that. So, if I have any energy left at all, I should be taking myself and the book into a nice warm bed and reading a few pages in bed. So, now, oh yes, I've moved a few things around here. So I've moved the bench to here, and the table that was there I've put into the side garden. And you see all these poppies ready to open up? The reason why I moved the bench was because this little stone circle that I'd created years and years ago, and then planted into, it just looks so beautiful. And I just wanted to sort of see all the plants and see everything. So the little fairies that were sitting on the table, they're here on the windowsill now just for the moment. See? They're lovely. Little group of fairies. Talking of fairies, I've got so much to do on my book. But all in good time, I suppose. Look at these figs. Look at them. Masses of figs. How many are on there? Let's see. Roughly 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26, 30, 34. Oh, 34 plus. Isn't that crazy? Crazy and amazing. So blessings to you all. And finally, I have something that's not going to break down. You don't know how much of a relief that is. Blessings to you all on this beautiful evening.